Hello and welcome to Strategic Marketing. This is level 6 Business Administration module for Westminster students in Westminster International University in Tashkent. I am Mamurjon Rahimov, lecturer for this module. I can be reached at mrahimov@yu.uz with any questions regarding the content of this presentation. Let's go over the outline for today's lecture. We'll start with some information about the lecture, then about the module. We'll discuss what the main thing in business is, what pure profit maximization can cause using local examples, the most important formula in marketing, definitions of marketing, scope of marketing, importance of marketing orientation, the need for strategic marketing, definition of strategic marketing, for marketing strategy options. And we'll close that with some examples from international markets and conclusion. About the lecture, education, I received Bachelor's of Business Administration in Marketing, Organization and Management from Roberto Gozera Business School, Emory University, Atlanta, Georgia. Then I went on to study for Master of Arts in Economics from the University of Illinois at Chicago, USA. Besides, I have certificate in teaching of economics from the Center for Economic Education at the University of Illinois at Chicago. As for industry experience, I worked between my bachelor's and master's degree programs. I worked for Uzdevu Automobile Company, Tashkent headquarters, export department as assistant manager, and before working as a teacher in the USA, I had experience as a researcher at World Trade Center in Chicago. Currently, I am also a marketing consultant at consulting company called Rumizant. About teaching experience, I was the adjunct economics instructor at the International Academy of Design and Technology in Chicago, Illinois. I was a visiting lecturer at Management Development Institute of Singapore in Tashkent, marketing and economics lecturer consultant at Uzbekistan Japan Center. I'm currently marketing management lecturer at Westminster International University in Tashkent, and I'm a visiting lecturer marketing and management at the Higher School of Business under auspices of Cabinet of Ministers of Uzbekistan. Subjects that I teach or they have taught already: principles of economics, principles of marketing, consumer behavior, knowledge, innovation and new product development, marketing communications, retail management, corporate governance, production and operations management, aspects of international marketing management, and this module, strategic marketing. So these two modules in bold I'm currently teaching. This one at Higher School of Business, and this one for master's degree students at Westminster International University in Tashkent. About the module, summary of module content. This module will help students effectively and efficiently analyze the internal and external environments and formulate and evaluate different marketing strategies within the business environment. It will cover branding issues and product life cycle management, as well as measurement of the marketing effectiveness. Module aims. These are to provide students with a thorough grounding in the following: formulation of strategy and the constraints on and in this process, analytical frameworks used in devising and evaluating marketing strategies, the importance of brand content and product life cycle management, ways of measuring the effectiveness of marketing, the relationship of marketing and business environment, contemporary marketing issues. Learning outcomes. I know what you're thinking, that you already have this in your module handbook, but most students never read them cover to cover, except the assessment part. So I'm going to go through this in our first lecture. On completion of the module, the students should be able to grasp the relationship between the business and marketing strategy and apply this to real organizations. Comprehend and apply the essential analytical tools used in the creation, planning, and implementation of marketing strategy, also evaluating its effectiveness. Comprehend and critically appraise the role and place of marketing within an organization, displaying awareness of the impact of culture on this role. Critically establish the crucial role of brand content and product life cycle management in organizational success. Identify and critically appraise developments that are likely to affect the way in which the marketing management process will be defined and conducted in the future. We're almost done here. Indicative syllabus content. The syllabus may include, but not limited to, external marketing environment, internal marketing environment, marketing strategy, competitor analysis, measuring performance, KPIs, metrics, the relationship with marketing communication, branding and product lifecycle management, contemporary trends in world markets. Oh, by the way, the most important part, the assessment, 50% examination, 50% coursework. We'll talk about the coursework during our tutorials. Here is the list of recommended reading. I will be also giving other recommendations regarding reading related to this module. If you paid attention during the first lecture, I usually wear my bookshelf tie like this one here, and that's my non-verbal communication to you, saying that leaders are readers. So if you want to become a leading expert in any area of business or life, you should be reading a lot on this matter. So therefore, do not limit your reading only to these textbooks given here. Most of these textbooks we have in our university library. The main thing in business. Well, there is a lot of debate about that. I would like to start with telling you about one of my teachers, Stephen Covey, who passed away in 2012. And I found out about his death few months later. I was very sad, and once I was browsing the internet and came across this quote by him, and this quote became like last words from my teacher, and it goes like, the main thing is to keep the main thing the main thing. So since I teach business, marketing and management, I started asking myself, what is the main thing in business? And I started asking my students this question, undergraduate and graduate students, as well as corporate trainings that I have regularly in local companies and joint ventures. And these are some of the most popular answers. Sales. The main thing in business is sales. Is it profit? Business growth? Market share? Maybe money? Customers? Well, a lot of customers, increased number of customers. It's like market share as well. Customer loyalty, getting closer. And the answer is customer satisfaction. In a way, of course, all of the above listed things are important, But all of these things are result of achieving customer satisfaction. So profit is like a tip which is left by satisfied customers. What pure profit maximization can cause? Well, I have an example from local market. There is a company. So far it still exists, barely. It used to have the largest market share in its market. Well recognized brand. Latest technology, high quality raw materials, high demand for their goods. So they couldn't produce enough of those goods. Customers were waiting in line. And in one beautiful day, it lost almost everything. How did it happen? Well, there are numerous reasons, but the main thing was, in order to cut costs, it bought cheaper raw materials. And this was supposed to maximize profits. Cheaper means lower quality. It sold the product under the same brand at the same price. Customers were furious. They bought once, but then most of them never came back. So they abandoned the company. Of course, the company realized their mistake and they switched back to the high quality raw materials, but it did not bring back most customers. They were taken by ever increasing number of competitors in the marketplace. So now that brings us to the most important formula in marketing. So the most important formula in marketing, well, it's based on the definition of customer satisfaction in marketing literature, but I just turned it into mathematical formula for us to understand the variables clearly. So customer satisfaction, let's mark it CS. Performance, how the product or service performs in real life. And customer expectations, E. So customer satisfaction, this is the dependent variable, equals P minus E. So those are independent variables. So customer satisfaction depends on the relationship between these two variables. I have a local example, no company names, but the industry is what they call white goods. So refrigerators, washing machines and such, produced by a local manufacturer. So warranty, they give warranty for refrigerators 3 years. So that's our E, customer expectation. If performance P equals 4 years, meaning if refrigerator you bought from this company has served you 4 years until it started having problems, that's 4 minus 3, positive 1. We can call this customer a satisfied customer. If P performance equals 2 years, if the refrigerator starts leaking or having noise, making noise after 2 years, so you need a repair, customer satisfaction is 2 minus 3 equals minus 1, dissatisfied. Well, 2 years is a lot of time, but they promise too much compared to 2 years. Well, there's a special case here. What if the refrigerator breaks down in 3 years exactly? The warranty was for 3 years and it broke down in 3 years. So mathematically this is 0. We call that indifferent. So customers of company which are indifferent, they're easily switched to other brands. They don't see any value in staying with the company.